Tick-tock, tick-tock. Thus time advances. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Thus the clock advanced. Before I realized it, the cooler days of early summer had changed into the hot, humid days of a summer in full swing. Aside from the romance that had appeared in my life, very little had changed in my day-to-day schedule. No matter how happy or sad a person may be, there will always be school or work waiting for them the next day after they go to sleep at night. Time stops for nothing. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The final day, the day I had decided on myself. On that day too, the skies were blue and the weather fair. The cries of cicadas resounded energetically. When I woke up, Michiru was lying beside me. For once she wasn't awake and looking at my face. Instead, she was sucking her thumb like a child as she slept. On the way to school, Didi was in a good mood. She told me she'd been in good health lately, though I knew she was just doing her best to stay strong when she smiled the way she always did. Then, in the afternoon, I ate lunch on the rooftop with Misaki and Miu. Misaki didn't say anything about the conversation she'd had with Crow, and I ended up teasing her by imitating the way she always stomped at the ground with her feet. And Miu seemed as perpetually troubled as ever. It was a day in the life no different from any other. Only Crow wasn't trying to catch my attention, being quietly slumped over on her desk during break period. Once she'd become a normal part of our lives, even that wasn't such a strange thing to see. Tick-tock, tick-tock. What is it that separates time from a clock? Time stops for nothing. But a clock will stop if one does not wind it.
Ah, もう学校めんどくさいな。早く夏休みにならないかな。
It was the end of fifth period, which itself followed the end of lunch break. The anger in the classroom reached its peak during the break period between classes, and Makoto said what everyone was thinking. It sounds like you are still feeling the effects of Loki's watch.
そりゃまあ、いくら根性で押さえつけても、使えば影響なしってわけにはいかないからね。
It's amazing that you are tough enough to endure the effects of magic at all.
慣れだよ、慣れ。
Perhaps I could even use Crow's watch in different ways if I figured out the trick behind it. The only reason I hadn't done that kind of practice already was because I lacked the discipline to do so. By the way, what's going on with your watch right now anyway?
不必要に手元に置いておきたくないから、またお蔵入り。区切りがついたら海に捨ててこないとね。
If you have enough reason to be able to do that, I guess it's not a problem. That was a dangerous power, but as long as she could keep it under control, I wasn't going to complain.
それより何か用？昨日のことを改めて謝ろっか？
No, I don't care about that anymore.
あれって許してもらえるのはいいけど、私の覚悟が軽く流されて悲しくはあるね。
I thought long and hard about the strength of your resolve, especially when I was in the shower last night.
顔は傷つけてないから。
Wow, you're so metal!
礼儀だよ。
It was fun talking to Makoto, because it felt like we were always on the same wavelength. By the way, I wanted to ask you a favor.
何でも聞くよ。借りがあるし。
Well then, if anything happens to me, I want you to take care of Crow, and the watch too. If you want, I could even hand the watch over to you right now. She glared at me.
そういう話を私にこんな真っ昼間の教室でするの？
I guess the mood yesterday would have been a better fit, but we didn't get the chance to seriously talk about it then.
それはそうだけど、時計を渡すって昨日の私の苦労は一体。
Makoto held her head in her hands. Apparently it was a shock to hear that from me now. Talking something out can be a surprisingly effective way of solving problems.
そうだね。 次からは動く前に考えてもみようかな。
It's common to hear people talk about how you should trust your intuition, but personally, I think the people around me are all too impulsive for their own good.
ま、クロちゃんの時計は受け取らないことにしておくよ。
Will that be alright?
それを受け取るとなんか露骨な死亡フラグが立つ気がするし。
Fair enough. Convinced, I put the watch back in my pocket. At that moment, I happened to notice Didi walking up to me. What's up? Didi wore a cute smile, and I found myself returning a blank gaze in response.
なんか DD さんにしたの？
Not that I can remember.
レイ君？
Hmm? I found myself recoiling in surprise at her calling me something other than master. Didi took advantage of that opportunity to reach up and pat me on the head.
ちゃんと今日もお家に戻ってきてくださいね。私、待ってますから。
Then she smiled bashfully and, without saying another word, trotted back to her seat. Our classmates watched us, curious about what was going on, but they lost interest again pretty quickly. That's Didi for you, seemed to be the general consensus. I met eyes with Makoto. She's a goddess.
女神だね。
何やってるんだお前ら。
Shuji, who happened to be walking by, gave us a look of exasperation. Nothing much.
レイ君、もしかしたら今日死んじゃうかもしれないんだ。
Makoto said it like it was no big deal.
そうか、大変だな。
What, you don't believe it?
信じるかバカ。
True. I grinned. Well, I should say thanks to you as well, Shuji, just in case something does happen.
暑さでおかしくなったか？
It warmed my heart to know that some things never change, like the never-ending torrent of abuse that comes out of Shuji's mouth.
で、こいつは何をしようとしてるんだ？何か危ないことか？
Shuji was apparently fed up with me since he asked Makoto instead. Makoto just shrugged.
放課後、クロちゃんとデートするんだって。
爆発して死ね。
Haha! I laughed. I love these kind of peaceful days where nothing happens. And so on and so forth. One more class period went by afterwards, and following that, school concluded for the day. You did good.
授業というものだけはどうしてもなれんな。
You focus too much, Crow. You should relax, even if that means you take a little longer to catch up.
そう言いながら頭を叩くでない。
Crow shook her head to and fro as if to reject me.
それよりいいいのか？本当に。
You mean our date?
デートではない。いろいろなことを確かめるためにもお主と遊びに行くだけだ。
Honestly, what's the point in living if you don't fall in love with anyone? Anyone who'd be satisfied with that bullshit ought to just kill themselves. Even I was surprised by how deadly serious my voice was once those words had left my mouth.
そうだな。しかしこれはデートであってはならないのだ。
Ignoring what Crow was saying, I decided to lighten the mood a little. Crow, other than going for a parfait, do you have any requests right now?
デート？いや、遊びというものを携帯で調べてみたが、映画というのが初心者向きらしい。
Oh, that's what I did for my first date with Makoto.
あとは買い物やコンサート、芸術鑑賞、夏なら海水浴というのもあるそうだ。
Well, we can't do all that stuff in one day. I responded with a wry smile, then took out my phone to verify the time. Right now, it was coming up on 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Since the sun would normally set at 6 or 7 o'clock at this time of year, that gave us no more than 2 hours and change. 2 hours remaining. I tried to expel that thought from my mind, but I could still feel the burden of it in my chest. Outside of that, I had no other feelings on the matter. It was like learning a huge meteorite was going to destroy the world in 24 hours time. Even if that happened, I would live my life as usual until the very end, because I wouldn't know what else to do. As for the movie, if we did that, it probably wouldn't leave us any time left to go for a parfait.
まあ、なんでもよい。お主と一緒にいられるなら、我が輩は何でもよいのだ。
Crow was holding onto my shirt. That's right. Anyway, let's continue this discussion as we walk. We might come up with something along the way. I disentangled Crow's hands from my shirt in order to be able to hold her hand. Then we started walking. I tried not to stare at her too much, but I could hear her giggling. We walked down a small road that led from the school to the shopping district. Since Crow wasn't saying much, I tried to keep the conversation going. You know, movies are definitely good for beginners, but whatever might be playing at the theater is important to consider too. And summer break isn't here yet, so there's not really any big blockbusters out right now. Though if I recall, there should be somewhere holding a new showing of some older movie right now. It was quite an interesting one too. Crow giggled again. What's been up with you all this time anyway? I looked down at Crow since she was so much shorter than me.
いや、気にするな。もっと話をしてくれ。
Conversation? I'm the only one talking.
頼む。
Is it me? Did I do something weird? I checked to see if my hair was standing up in the back or if my necktie was crooked. Honestly, in this situation, the biggest worry I had was that the date would end up being boring. I hadn't expected to have her laughing at me like this when I had barely even done anything.
いや、自分に呆れてしまったのだ。お主と一緒にいるだけで、声を聞いているだけで、何もしていなくても楽しい。それに、木々も、空も、風も、音も、世界が昨日よりも輝いて見える。昨日から悶々としていて、教室でもお主を避けていたのに。こんな我が輩は、何かおかしいのか？
No, that's definitely not strange at all. I awkwardly scratched my cheek. In spite of my memories of getting a girlfriend in several other timelines, I felt flustered at how cute and innocent we were, taking the first steps in our relationship like this. That's just the feeling you have when you come to like someone.
そうか。苦しいことと嬉しいことが同じ場所から生まれるとはままならんものだ。
That reminds me, even if it can vary with one's religion, there are a lot of wedding vows that mention sharing both of those things together with your partner.
やめる時も健やかなる時もだな。
You've done your homework, I see.
人の生活を眺めていれば祭事を目にする機会も多かったからな。今更だが、以前は何とも思わなかったことすべてが人間には意味のあるものだったのだな。
By the way, since we are trying to have fun, don't you think we should talk about something a little easier?
何か変か？
No, this conversation just feels really serious, I guess.
我が輩と会話するなら諦めよ。我が輩は結局お主らのような普通の会話というのは無理なようだ。しかしこれからは努力しよう。
From here on nowadays, I like the sound of that. It reminded me of DD, who was always excited about what tomorrow had in store for her.
そういえば、お主はずっと我が輩のそばにいてくれると約束してくれたな。あれはそういう意味なのか？
Well, I definitely wasn't thinking that far ahead, but
けど、
maybe I wouldn't mind either way.
いかんいかん、頬が引きつるな。
Crow smiled and put her hands on her cheeks, which had turned a bright red. So cute! I wanted to kiss her. Surely just once couldn't hurt? Crow was always looking up at me, owing to her short stature, which made it look like she was pleading for me to give her something.
なんだ？
Noticing how I was staring at her, she cocked her head to the side curiously. Nothing, just thinking about something.
あまり変なことばかり考えてるのではないぞ。
Anyway, let's get going. If we are just going to talk, then we might as well get some tea too.
そうだな。頭のてっぺんが熱くなってきたぞ。
As she patted the top of her head to cool it down, Crow looked so human that it was heartwarming. I took Crow's hand again as we started to walk. We casually strolled through the park, heading toward the monorail station. Since she took such small steps and I was holding her hand to boot, I had to intentionally slow down my own gait to match her own. Along the way, we passed the location where Crow had met Misaki and I had fought with Makoto the day before.
あそこで。いや、なんでもない。
Crow found herself recalling yesterday the same way I was, but then a wry smile appeared on her lips and she shook her head. I didn't press the issue. Then we entered the same cafe as before. And I could have sworn I heard a peal of thunder.
まさしく。これぞ愛。やはり、このパフェは美術館か博物館に寄贈するべきなのではないか。最悪、この技術が失われないよう、壁画として残しておくくらいはしておかないと、人類全体の損失になるやもしれぬ。
Oh boy, she's in full-blown space cadet mode right now.
うるさいぞ。これを食べて衝撃を受けずにいられようものか。
Well, it certainly has quite a high-level taste to it. Since we'd come here again, I decided to order the same parfait as before. It was strewn with fruit and ice cream as per usual, but the cream on top was frozen over. It had a clear taste that didn't rely on sugar or other sweeteners, and even after the cream melted, the smell of milk lingered in my nostrils for a moment longer. What a delicacy!
お主からすると、これは普通なものなのか？
No, it really is exceptionally good. I'm surprised they have something like this at such a little out-of-the-way shop. Considering my own upbringing, I could easily tell it was exceptional.
そうであろう、そうであろう。
There was a great big smile on Crow's face, which made me smile too. Then I covertly took out my phone to check the time. It was just after 5 o'clock. If we stayed here much longer, the sun would be starting to set in no time. Well, whatever. I wasn't particularly trying to make any fond memories anyway. If I may, you asked before about what sort of feeling it was to come to like someone. What do you think now?
悪くはない。
Glad to hear it, as long as it helps you out with living as a human, I guess.
それより、新しく知りたいことがある。
Something else? Chrono had already learned about the most salient parts of human life, love and suffering. There couldn't have been things more extreme than that. So her question couldn't be that difficult, right? What is it?
死。
That word was so out of place, I was unable to comprehend its meaning right away. But hey, she made a valid point. I should have seen that question coming, considering the flow of the conversation. Crow had been born, had known suffering, and had fallen in love. After that, if you follow the experience of human life through its logical conclusion, you would naturally reach death. And to start with, it was the fear of death that Crow felt most strongly when she first became human. She had come full circle. Just like the hands of a clock.
お主は死ぬのが怖くないのか？
Crow looked up at me. Her expression was serious, but her voice sounded casual. Is this really a conversation you want to have over a parfait? I sighed, but Crow continued to smile at me.
夏にはうってつけの話題であろう。それに人間は死を娯楽にもしている。
I guess so. The topic of death comes up all the time in TV shows and literature. Even if we exclude the realm of fiction, various deaths are reported all the time on the news. We talked about death at the very beginning, didn't we? When we were in the garden at night, you said that you saw it many times on the battlefield.
あそこは人間にとっても特殊な場であろう。我輩の言う死はもっと日常的なものだ。
Well, if that's really what you want to chat about,
興味深い。
basically, death is a natural thing. It's something that will come to everyone in due time, so everyone is interested in knowing what it's like, the same way as you. And since there can never be any way of knowing what it really is like, people have always been coming up with various ways of trying to understand it.
メメントモリ。
Remember death, huh?
明日死ぬかもしれないんだから、食べ、飲め、そして陽気になれ。だ。
What?
もともとの意味は我が輩が言った方だ。お主にぴったりであろう。
I see.
時計は死を想起させるものでもある。
Like it's ticking away how much time you have left.
ピーターパンのフック船長も不死身でありながら死と時計が結びついた時計ワニに追いかけられているな。
Hey, don't you seem to know a lot more about death than me? I heaved a groan as I ate a spoonful of my own parfait.
そうであろうな。
Then, do you have another question to ask?
最も身近なこと。お主が自分の死についてどう考えているかだ。
That was another very precise question. There are two possible answers I can give you.
お主の死についてか？
No, whenever someone has a question asked of them, there are two possible answers that can be given. You can either give them the honest truth, or you can give them an answer that it'd be more convenient to hear. So, Crow, which one of those do you want to hear?
Oh.
At that point, Crow stopped talking. That was surprising. Since she stopped talking, she must have been hesitating.
うかつだった。
She mumbled that quite slowly. The next bite of her parfait put the smile back on her face, but a moment later, that smile faded again.
少しだけ考えさせてくれ。